Welcome to Sideline Savants, a fantasy football podcast dedicated to helping you set your lineups, navigate the waiver wire, prepare for bye weeks, strategically plan trades, and ultimately win your matchup. Do you have what it takes to become a sideline savant? How's everybody doing? Welcome. I don't know if I have what it takes. I've had probably one of my worst fantasy years to date, but man, we have fantasy playoffs starting this week. We just had our last week of the regular season. So congratulations to all you who have made the playoffs. And we have my man, Mr. Shannon Smith, a.k.a. Podcast Smitty. And I know he's going to let me have it because in our league, he is in the playoff mix. So, Shannon, how you feeling getting into that playoff mix, buddy?
Man, I feel great. I was worried because you didn't tell everybody what really happened these past 4 weeks. I lost 3 out of the 4 games and fell out of first place. But this past weekend, on the behest of the former co-host here, Wayne the Model Thomas, I got back to the win.
Wayne.
And I'm third. So looking forward to it. Looking forward to these playoffs. My first time, I'm getting acclimated. I'm sitting down in the room and I'm like, okay, how does this couch feel? I see mingling. I see people around, Aaron Schneider over there. See him over there at first place, pointing and laughing.
He watching.
No,
first round bye.
Oh, I got him.
First round bye. And I don't know if that bye really makes a difference because this is one of the first times I've not been in the playoffs in a long time. So it really hurts my body. But I've had buys before and it just never fails. Like during the bye, your team goes off. And then when you get out of the bye, your team shuts off. And so sometimes sometimes I really like, rolling into, I don't like having the bye. I like kind of rolling into everything, but a free week is a free week. So, but I wish you luck, man. I hope you do good, but this is where trust your lineups. And we're going to talk about trust today, guys. We usually do our starts and sits and sleepers and all that stuff's done. Regular season is done. Your lineups are done. Your lineups are set. You've obviously done well enough to make the playoffs. So now this is where the rubber hits the road and you have to trust who you have on your squad. So we're going to get into that here a little bit. But first things first, guys, I want to say congratulations to the Boom Broadcasting Network. We hit 600 followers this past week, man, which is awesome. Let's give a little round of applause to the Boom Broadcasting Network, man. Congratulations on that, guys. We do appreciate you. So everybody that's watching, everybody that's listening, that's been talking about us, that's been liking and following and subscribing, that is thanks to you guys, and we do appreciate that here on the Boom Broadcasting Network. But don't stop here. 600 is not the end. We'd like to hit 1,000. We'd like to hit 10,000. We'd like to hit, 1 million. Let's keep it going. So if you can keep talking about us, keep listening, keep hitting that like and subscribe button. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know what you're thinking. What do you want to see? What don't you want to see? Give us some ideas out there. We love to hear from our fans and our people. So, but thank you guys very much for making us hit that milestone. It was pretty cool to see that. So, but without further ado, we're going to get into our trust issues. First things first, let's get into our quarterbacks. Now, I picked our top 10 point earning quarterbacks on this. So, Smitty, Josh Allen right now, number 1 point earning quarterback. You have Patrick Mahomes, Dak Prescott, Drake May, Matthew Stafford, Jalen Hurts, Caleb Williams, Justin Herbert, Bo Nix, and Jared Goff rounding out the top 10. Let's go through this list. Start me off with Josh Allen. I want to know if you trust him or if you don't trust him going into the playoffs, because some people out there may have one or both of the, a couple of these guys on their squad. So they may not know, hey, let me go with so-and-so and not so-and-so. So start it off with Josh Allen. Do you trust him going into the playoffs or no?
Trust him wholeheartedly, Josh Allen. I trust him.
He is that dude. Patrick Mahomes.
I never thought in a million years I'd say this, but I don't
Say it.
trust him.
Say it.
I don't trust him. No.
Okay. Dak Prescott. Where's Dak sitting on the trust meter?
I looked at this one and, back and forth, and I never thought I'd say this about a Dallas Cowboy quarterback. But I don't trust him. I don't. No.
Okay. Drake May, this new kid on the block that is setting people on fire. They've been talking about him maybe as a potential MVP candidate. I know right now they're saying Tom Who in New England because Drake May is the side chick. So I don't know, man. What you thinking about with Drake May?
Oh, he's sexy and he knows it. I knew this when he was in North Carolina. I knew this. So trust Drake May. This has been fermenting and it's been coming and he's coming. So trust Drake May.
Has had a heck of a season, and the old guard on this list here, Mr. Matthew Stafford, still getting it done again in the mix for MVP right now.
I hate him.
I know as a 49ers fan, man,
but trust him.
I know that hurts.
Trust him.
So now let's go Jalen Hurts, and we know Monday night. Those of you that had him in your lineup with the negative 4 points, the first player since 1978 to have 2 turnovers on one play. I'm still dumbfounded how this can actually happen, where you can throw an interception, they fumble the ball, you get the ball back instead of just falling on the ball. You get the ball back and then fumble it back to the other team. So you had 2 turnovers at one time. Do you trust Jalen Hurts moving forward?
Next. No. No.
I mean, choke it up here a little bit.
And it's not entirely Jalen Hurts' fault. I know the game. I get it.
Right.
I saw it. I laughed. Then I thought of every Philadelphia fan out there in the world, and I laughed even harder because the Santa Claus thing. So yes, but it's not entirely his fault because his coaches made some blunders as well too. The play calling has been up and down. They didn't really have an identity, and that's the reason why I say don't trust him. But that game didn't help.
So, right. It definitely did not. The eyeball test, they failed it miserably, and they've been failing it here. We'll talk about that here in a little bit after these next couple. But let's go the baby bear, Caleb Williams. Are you trusting him, second-year quarterback here, running your squad, or what you thinking?
I don't trust him to run your squad. Solid backup, yes. Bye week guy, yes. Pummel a bad team with fantasy points, yes. But as far as your ace, your number one, no.
Yeah. Okay. I know this is tough too. Justin Herbert coming out of that game with a victory. But Chargers are wildly inconsistent sometimes, and they've been that way for about 25 years. It's crazy that they just their same MO every year. But Justin Herbert, are you trusting him moving forward?
Don't trust him. No.
Really? Wow.
Do not trust him. He's a flash, but this is coming from a guy who had Lad McConkey on his team this whole year. So I have to say, I don't trust Justin Herbert to be your solid number one. He's had some great games, mind you. He's had some great games, but towards the tail end of this season, coming out of the bye week, like you said,
right,
he's been up and down. So I say for the time being, if you're looking for a quarterback in the playoffs or who to start in the playoffs, no.
Oof. Let's go with the Mile High Man, Mr. Bo Nix. Do you trust Mr. Nix?
I'm backtracking on what I said about him because I didn't buy into Bo this year. I wasn't buying into him. I'm saying trust Bo Nix.
Really? Okay.
I'm saying trust him. I think that Bo Nix has a little more upside to him as opposed to his AFC West counterpart in Justin Herbert. I think he's got some upside to him because he's got some matchups coming up in the next couple of weeks where he can go out there and do a little something. The running game has kind of lagged a little bit,
Right.
but Bo has kept the team together. So I gotta say, in this time right now, I trust Bo Nix.
Really? Okay. And then let's go with Mr. Detroit Rock City, Jared Goff, rounding out the top 10. Where you stand on him? You trust in that Lions offense?
At first, I was a little skeptical with Jared Goff, and to be honest with you, I'm still skeptical of Jared Goff. Don't trust him. No,
Wow.
no, I don't
That's
trust him.
hot.
He's got a good receiving core around him, and don't let the receiving core fool you. No Sam Laporta,
Right.
also too, which is kind of scary. I know Amon Ra is the sun god and he's the man. I get it, but he's a little banged up. So Jared Goff, don't trust him. Running game is
Wow.
going to do it for them. I think the running game will do it for them.
Gotcha. And I'm kind of looking at the criteria. Right now, this is the playoffs. You need everybody to perform and
do.
perform well. You need your quarterback to score over 20 points. So I need to make sure whatever quarterback I have on my squad is going to get me 20 plus points. Josh Allen, he's getting me 20 points. Josh
Oh,
Allen is a 20 point. Just
yeah.
it's locked unless, knock on wood, something catastrophic happens.
Right.
Josh Allen's going to get you a throwing touchdown. He's going to get you a rushing touchdown. He'll get you 20 points. Patrick Mahomes, and we'll talk about this here in a minute, but Patrick Mahomes, he still does his thing, and he can still get you some points. I have not trusted Patrick Mahomes in the past, and it has bit me before. So I'm still trusting Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs, as a whole and a team, I'm a little leery on, and we'll talk about
Right.
that here in a second. But Josh Allen, I trust. Patrick Mahomes, I'm trusting it. I think he is going to do everything in his power the next couple of games to really try to get the Chiefs back into winning football games. And it needs to start with him. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
am trusting Patrick Mahomes. Dak Prescott, no. Well, A, he's a Cowboy. So as a New Yorker, I don't trust no damn Cowboys. But right now, Dak Prescott, with the Cowboys kind of being out of it, um, do they save him? You know, he's had injuries before. Right now, there's some grumblings on the receiving core there with Pickens not really performing last few games.
Mm-hmm.
CD Lamb, getting injured. So I have a feeling that I don't trust Dak Prescott and the Cowboys because I have a feeling they may start sitting guys coming up here pretty soon to save them for next year.
Mm-hmm.
Drake May, I am trusting him. I was really leery on him in the beginning of the season. Like, hey, you got to show me something. I saw some spurts last year, but he's just still really green, young quarterback. But man, he has impressed me wholeheartedly. I got lucky enough to go to the Thursday night game where I watched him play against the New York Jets. Granted, it was against the Jets, but you talk about just having it. Having command of the game, having control of the game, controlling the emotions, being the leader on the field, he's got it. And that's why he's up for probably he's going to get some MVP votes this year. And it's crazy to say that, but no one's thinking about Tom Brady anymore in New England. They got the new young dude. Forget the old guy. They got the young guy now. So Drake May, I am trusting him. Matthew Stafford, also up for MVP consideration. I know a few games he's had some off games, but he's got the receiving core. As long as he's got Puka Nacua to throw the ball to, he's going to get you 20 points just throwing the ball to Puka Nacua. And then Devontae Adams having a resurgence too. Parkinson coming up as a tight end. He's really starting to catch some passes too. Matthew Stafford, the elder statesman of this group, has proven he can still sling the rock, and the McVay effect is still in full effect there in LA. I know as a Niners fan, I know that hurts, but don't sleep on the Rams this year, man. Jalen Hurts. The Philadelphia Eagles, they started off as a trash can fire I think it has expanded into an actual dumpster fire right now. We'll talk about that here in a second. But I do not trust Jalen Hurts. They are wildly inconsistent. That offense has not looked good all year long. I know Saquon finally had a halfway decent game on Monday night, but they look terrible. They do not look like the champions of last year. They are going backwards at the wrong time of the year. You know, last year they started off bad and ended up good. This year they started off bad and they're ending bad. So they look terrible. It's just unfortunately nobody else is good in the East, so they look the best. They have the smallest dumpster fire out of all the dumpster fires in the NFC East right now. So we'll leave it at that. But I do not trust Hurts. The baby bear, Caleb Williams, I do not trust him. Still young. I still believe in the NFL to win games in, late in the season. You need to have some muscle memory on winning. Caleb Williams doesn't have that yet. So I have some concerns there. Roma Dunze being injured also hurts too. So I do not trust Caleb Williams moving forward. I think, especially with the weather, you're going to see some snow games. You're going to have some super cold games here. Those games are running games. So watch those teams that play outdoors, that play north, that play west. Keep an eye on the weather, and that's going to really play a factor, guys. So when you're setting your lineups, check that out because, you get a real windy game, means you're going to have a running game. You get a snow game, you're going to have some running going on. So Justin Herbert, I still think he's wildly overrated. Chargers are really inconsistent, but it was a good win on Monday night. It's hard to trust him, but I have to trust him. He has the wide receivers there. He's got to make it happen. That team needs him to throw the football. So you gotta put your trust in him. Unfortunately, I don't like it, but I think he could still get you 20 points if you need it. Bo Nix, again, I don't trust Bo Nix. I trust him to win games, but being in Mile High, this time of year, you're going to win 17-7 games. You're not going to have a ton of points. You're going to have more running. But Bo Nix, I don't see him airing it out. So I would be a little leery of him starting him here in your playoffs. And Jared Goff, I have to trust Jared Goff because he has Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's got the sun god on his side. He's still got weapons. He's got J-Mo. He's got Gibbs where he just throws him a screen pass and he can run it 80 yards. So you're going to get points there. So Jared Goff, I'm still trusting him. But, guys, this is where you really have to watch who you're starting, pay attention to what you're doing. So we do have some trust issues. So that's our quarterbacks. Let's jump into the running backs. As a 49ers fan, I know it's going to be stupid for me to ask this question, but, man, do you trust CMC on your squad moving forward?
With every bit of my heart, I trust Christian McCaffrey run CMC. He's been getting it done on the offensive end. It's not just because of him being my team. I've watched them all year, from the carousel quarterbacks, from the receiver problems, from our tight ends being hurt. Kittle was on the shelf. Brandon Ayuk is yet to play. He's probably going next year. I'm pretty sure he's probably going next year.
And that's a divorce waiting to happen. Woo.
In good riddance, but nothing makes me smile more than Deebo Samuel playing on a trash Commanders team and my 49ers contending for a title because everyone sat there the whole time and said, oh, you're going to miss Deebo Samuel. You're going to miss him. You're going to miss him. And parts do. But yet and still, when Christian McCaffrey has played more games than Deebo Samuel this year, at the demanding position that Christian McCaffrey is in, you got to start wondering, was that an expendable part? And I would say yes. So CMC, yes.
I like it. And another dumb question. Do you trust Jamari Gibbs? I mean, I know he's had a couple of games where he didn't perform, but his upside is through the stratosphere. Do you still trust him moving forward?
Next.
All right,
Next.
I gotta figure that.
We don't even have to ask that question. That we
I know
know.
it was a stupid question,
We
but
know.
I gotta
But
ask
it's
it.
cool.
Got you
But
know, you never know.
I
We
understand
like
why.
to cause a little drama here
I
sometimes.
get it. And I understand why. It's your show. I get it. I know.
Yeah. Devon A. Chain, Miami Dolphins. He's
Whoa.
still a good running back, but do you trust him moving forward?
Same way I feel about Caleb Williams against a bad team, a bad defensive front in a game where he's supposed to exceed expectations, then yes. But in the unpredictable games like going towards the down to the wire for the marbles of the season, no.
Gotcha. Um, One of the most disappointing teams this year, probably my number one disappointing team. I had so much hype with them moving into this season, but Bijan Robinson is ridiculous, but he's playing on a really subpar team. Do you trust him in your lineup moving forward here, coming into your playoffs?
With the way he's being utilized, absolutely not. Get that young man out of Atlanta. They don't know what to do with him. Get him out.
It's crazy, absolutely crazy. I boggles my mind, and we'll talk about that later here. But um, Buffalo Bills. I mean, Josh Allen can't do it all by himself. He's had a little bit of help here. James Cook, although he has had some off games, but you trust in James Cook moving forward?
In the clutch, yes, of course. In the clutch, in this time that you need him in the playoffs, absolutely.
Gotcha. And then, of course, we got another Cowboy on here, which kind of gives me a little heartburn. But he has had a really good season. I think he has shown people that he can be a number one. That's Javonte Williams. Um, Coming, out of Denver, not a lot of fanfare. People thought he was just kind of a filler until Blue got in there or somebody else kind of took over the spot. But Javonte Williams has actually played very, very well and played himself into a number one running back role. But with that Cowboys team, do you trust him moving forward?
Moving forward, no. And it's no knock to him. It's no knock to him. The passing game is experiencing injury. CeeDee Lamb yet again. The inconsistency of George Pickens. The non-existence at the tight end position with Ferguson and Dak Prescott once again in a position where he has to do it on his own. So I gotta say, Javonte Williams, I do not trust because of the circumstances that he's in.
Oof. I don't blame you there. Let's go into Josh Jacobs. The Green Bay Packers kind of making a late season push here. Uh, Taking care of the Bears the other day here. But Josh Jacobs looking pretty good. Do you trust him moving forward?
I do trust him. Hot hand right now. And they're striking while the iron is hot right now. Um, I think that with Jordan Love actually stepping up in the pocket, throwing the football a little better in these past couple of games is helping this offense out. And of course, the late season push to keep the NFC North away from the Chicago Bears. Absolutely, I trust Josh. I trust Josh Jacobs.
All right, Kyron Williams for those Los Angeles Rams playing well, but you got Corum on that team who's stealing some touches here. So, are you trusting Kyron Williams moving forward with a playoff push?
I think it's all about the passing game. I like Kyron Williams, which is hard for me to say because he's a Los Angeles Ram, but I do like Kyron Williams' game, the way that he is playing, but I think it's all about that passing game right now with Pook and with Devontae Swing and with Matthew Stafford. I really think for the circumstances that they're in, I don't think the running game is going to be the big factor for the Rams. It will help them, but as far as points coming off the board and the output that you need from a running back in the playoffs, I don't think Kyron Williams is the guy, so I do not trust him.
Wow. Okay. And then last but not least, rounding out the top 10, has had a bounce back year. A lot of people didn't even think he was going to be with the team this year, let alone playing as well as he has. Travis Etienne for the Jacksonville Jaguars has had some really good games, has shown up. Jaguars making their playoff push, especially with the Colts falling back. What are your thoughts, Travis Etienne, moving forward? Do you trust him?
The person you need to be asking this question to is Wayne the Model Thomas because he sat him this week. And if he
He
would have
did.
played Travis Etienne, he probably would have beat me.
Ooh.
And so I say trust him because, of course, with the way that the running back position has been with the Jacksonville Jaguars, it was running back by committee. You thought the young man from Vitek was going to beat him out of his spot. It was only a matter
Right.
of time with him. I wish that Travis Etienne would have done this last year for my fantasy football team. I probably would have done better last
Right.
year if that would have happened. But with what the Jacksonville Jaguars have been doing, so quietly creeping on a come up. Shout out to Bone Thugs and Harmony. They have been. No one's saying a word about them, like nothing,
Right.
and
Right.
and it's really scary. So, and Travis Etienne has been the catalyst for that because the passing game has been up and down. You got to have the injuries at the receiver spot. Brian
Right.
Thomas Jr. hasn't really done well at the receiver spot, but you had some young guys step up. Trevor Lawrence has been able to be somewhat consistent, but Travis Etienne has been the one that's keeping it going. So I say trust him because of the hot hand.
I like that one too. Um, Good list here. CMC, of course. Now, why CMC is not getting any love for MVP boggles my mind, and we'll talk about this right after this segment here.
Please hold on to that because I know why. Please
Oh,
hold on to that.
it doesn't make any sense to me. The San Francisco 49ers should not be in the position they are
No.
without CMC. These guys are a sub 500 team with all the injuries and your quarterback going down, and you don't really have, you're a star wide receiver, Juwan Jennings, when he's not getting punched in the whatevers, but why this just to me it we'll talk about this because it's just I'm dumbfounded, absolutely dumbfounded. Why? Jonathan Taylor, man, man, the Colts, they look like the best team in the NFL those first 8 games, and since then, now Danny Dimes going down. Wow, talk about the rise and the fall. There is a curse in Indiana. They need to get a voodoo witch doctor up there because you had Tyrese Halliburton go down with the Achilles injury. You had my girl with the fever there. She went down with her injury. Caitlin Clark going down with her injury. Now you have Danny Dimes going down with his injury. So, guys, you need to get someone there and get something going on because right now the state of Indiana, you guys better do something quick because you're in the college playoffs. You have a chance to win a national championship. And you got a guy that's up there for the Heisman. So y'all better get somebody in the building now. Get somebody, make a call, the psychic hotline, get somebody in Indiana, start lighting some incense and figure it out because, man, something is going on. I know Stranger Things is out. I know a lot of this. So there's a lot of weird stuff going on in Indiana right now. I love some Stranger Things, man, and I'm excited for season 5. I've been watching it here. No spoilers, but man, Indiana, they got to do something there. I do not trust Jamari. I do trust Jamar Gibbs, of course, wholeheartedly. He is. If it wasn't for CMC, I'd say he's the best running back in the NFL right now because he does so many dynamic things on the field. Amazing. Excuse me. Devon Achane, I don't trust him. I don't trust anything with the Dolphins right now. Ollie Gordon has been getting touches. Devon Achane has been getting hurt here and there. So I don't know, especially with the Dolphins kind of being out of the mix. I don't know how much they're going to play him. So, guys, I would be leery starting him. Watch it because I think Ollie Gordon and some of the other running back by committees are going to start taking over the position for the rest of the year. Bijan Robinson, again, Falcons. Completely disappointed. Most disappointing team in the NFL this year. You guys have a nice offense. You improved your defense, and you basically shit the bed the rest of the year. And now you got Cousins in there who doesn't look like he knows what he's doing. You do not utilize Bijan Robinson the right way. You drafted him. The coach that drafted him didn't use him correctly. Now you got a new coach in there, Raheem Morris. He doesn't know how to use Bijan Robinson. I have a feeling he's gone here pretty soon. So I think Atlanta's going to be looking for a new coach. But, guys, I don't know why You're man. He is a video game, and you guys have him on the shelf collecting dust, and the way you're using him, it's ridiculous. James Cook, I do trust him, especially snow games in Buffalo. They're going to be running the football. Go with Cook. He's good. Javonte Williams, again, very impressed. Great year, but I do not trust the Cowboys, so I'm not trusting him right now. That offense looks terrible, and I have a feeling they're going to start pulling guys back. Excuse me. Josh Jacobs, I trust him. Green Bay, again, snow games, bad weather games. They're going to be utilizing him a lot. So they're going to be. He looked great against the Bears. He ran through that one tackle where four Bears were trying to tackle him, and he just
Yes.
came out the other side. And you're like, well, wait a minute. Four guys just tried to tackle him, and they completely missed him. Excuse me. That was crazy. Kyron Williams is an interesting running back. If you got to play him, of course you got to play him, but I don't trust him. That wide receiver core you talked about it is phenomenal. Blake Corum is getting touches from him, so Kyron Williams, I can't trust him moving forward. And Travis Etienne has had a resurgence, has had a phenomenal year after being counted out. I trust him. Excuse me. He looks good for the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars actually look pretty good, even getting through some of the injuries. So, yeah, I trust Travis Etienne moving forward, which is crazy. So, all right, well, let's get in the mix here because we got some other things we got to talk about. First thing I want to ask, Smitty, what the hell is wrong with the Philadelphia Eagles? Holy cow. They look terrible. That offense has never looked this bad. You have two stud wide receivers. You have a stud running back. You got a really good tight end with Dallas Goedert, and Jalen Hurts is no slouch. And really, you're missing Jason Kelsey on that O line, who retired after the championship. But other than that, you there's not much has changed. What are your thoughts? Excuse me. What are your thoughts? And is Sirianni back on the hot seat?
This is internal. This has got to be something internal. This got to be the locker room. It's got to be front office. It's got to be something because, like you said, this is the same team from last year minus Jason Kelsey.
Exactly.
And look, Washington has had a bad year, and I hate what's going on with Washington because the injuries and all that other stuff,
Right.
and the mismanagement of their young quarterback,
Yeah,
the
Daniels.
mismanagement of him.
He
I
shouldn't
hate
even be
that.
starting. They
Right.
got him starting this weekend, and why you're starting him, I have no idea. That's
I don't either. I mean,
ignorant.
for real, put Mariota in there. Don't hurt that young man. Don't
Exactly.
do that. Jaden Daniels is a very good quarterback, and this young man is. I'm getting shades of RG3 right here. It's
RG4.
Yes,
RG4. Come on.
It's
It
really
is.
sad. And then, of course, the Dallas Cowboys, they're fighting for their playoff life right now. And the Giants, of course, no shade, no disrespect. I know what's going on with your Giants. I ain't going to beat that dead horse there. But it was your division to lose.
Right.
It was Philadelphia's division to lose. And they going to mess around and play lotto with it. If it wasn't for the dominoes that fell the way that they have fallen, Philadelphia would be down there. And I don't understand. But it's got to be something internal. And for this, Nick Sirianni may be on the hot seat. I don't know if he's going to leave next year. I don't know if he's going to get fired next year. But I give it to, if for whatever happens in the playoffs, I believe he will be back. But halfway through the year next year, if things don't shape up, he's going to be gone probably before week 8 next year. And this is internal. This is not anything with talent on the field. This is something that is happening that we don't know.
Yeah, they're definitely playing with absolutely no confidence. Let me ask you a quick question here. AJ Brown, do you think he's back with the Eagles next year? Does he want a request to trade?
I don't think so. I think he's going to, and I think he might be the page turner. He might be the one that kind of has this team fall. after that. When he goes, I believe that'll be it because look at what's going on with the Titans. He left the Titans and they've not been the same since.
Right.
And so I think that may be Philadelphia's demise there, the
Wow.
mismanagement of A.J. Brown, which, I don't blame this offense because they had too many strong players. Devonta Smith, him, Jalen Hurts was on the rise. Saquon Barkley with what a year he had last year. So there
Right.
wasn't enough footballs for everybody. And I think that might have been a problem as well, too. But it's got to be ego. It's got to be that locker room yet again. I feel that, and I think AJ is going to be where it starts next year.
Okay. And to me, I think it starts in with Sirianni. There was not a lot of trust in him last year, but he got him over the hump. I think they won because they had such a good team. I don't think it was so much with coaching as it was with your star players. When you have a team like this and the way they're performing now, and especially at the end of the season, to me, that's all coaching. That is just bad coaching, whether it's the head coach, whether it's the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, whatever it is. Your coaching starts the poison. They inject the poison into the team, and then the team runs with it. So that the problems with A.J. Brown, that started with the offense and the way the offense is performing. And, it's not being coached correctly. They're not calling the correct plays. So there you go. You're injecting that poison into the team. I believe if the Philadelphia Eagles get into the playoffs and go out early, I think Nick Sirianni is fired. I think he is gone after this year. This is the NFL, and of course it stands for not for long. And the championship was last year, and you have essentially the same team going into this year, and you've had nothing but dissension in the ranks and people talking and a lot of squawking, whether it's to the media, social media, or internally. That has a lot to do with the way coaching goes. You don't hear stuff like this in Detroit. You don't hear mess like this in LA. You don't hear messes like this in other cities, in Buffalo, or even Baltimore, who has gone through their problems, but you never heard dissension in the team. You've heard frustration, and of course, losing, you get frustrated. But to do what the Eagles are doing right now, which is essentially imploding, that starts with the head coach, which is, coaches get a lot of the blame, quarterbacks get a lot of the blame, but that's what you sign up for. That's where the big money comes from. That's what it's literally like in your job description, when it says coach, when it says quarterback, I'm responsible for everything. Whether I'm responsible or not, I'm going to take the fall for everything. So it's crazy, but we're going to see. I think there's going to be some major moves here in Philly at the end of the season. So we got that. Now, I got to jump into this because this is great. This is the kind of story that gives us old heads hope that our dreams are never dead. The Indianapolis Colts. Danny Dimes goes down with the Achilles injury. Man, he was having a phenomenal season, a rebirth. Shout out. I hope you get healthy, man, because you were doing great. And then to have the Achilles injury, that broke my heart. That was terrible. That's hard to recuperate from sometimes. But then Riley Leonard, your rookie backup quarterback, goes out and gets hurt. So now you're digging in the crates. Now you are looking frantically to salvage your season because your team is kind of falling back. You're 8-5. You may not make the playoffs now. So what do the Indianapolis Colts do? I mean, they got to go out there. They got to find somebody. They got to look. They're looking under rocks. Well, they looked under an old rock, and they went out and they made a phone call to one Philip Rivers, how he heard the phone ringing with all them kids he's got, because I think he's got like 10 or 12 of them. I mean, he got a lot of kids. So I understand why he wants to go back and play football, because I'd want to get out of the house too. And I know he needs the money. So he got all them kids. He need the money. The college tuition ain't cheap.
No.
But Phillip Rivers was invited to come back and try out. Now, Phillip Rivers has not played a live NFL football game since January 9th, 2021, a wild card loss to the Buffalo Bills. So that's almost 4 years of not playing football at the age of 44, trying to make a comeback. And they signed him to the practice squad, passes the physical, which is to me amazing as it is, because sometimes I twist my foot when I get out of bed in the morning, let alone be able to go out there and throw football. But shout out Phillip Rivers for still being able to get it up. I like it. But is this going to work for the Indianapolis Colts, or is this just a desperate grab? And the first time Phillip Rivers gets hit at 44, do you think he's even going to get up?
This is a grab, man. If this is not a grab,
that's the I've never seen anything like this, man.
I'm not either. And once again, shout out to Phillip Rivers, for our boomers, our Gen Xers, and your millennial right here. That's great to see. It is awesome. I like it, but it's not gonna help. Man ain't played a game in almost 4 years. And okay, look, this whole thing with Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco, this is going far enough. This is too much. I had enough. It was cool. It was cool seeing Joe Flacco.
That's ageism. Wait a minute.
I know
what you got against old people?
I know they're in a protective class. I get it. They're in a protective class. Yes, when it comes down to equal opportunity employers, yes, I teach unlawful workplace harassment at my job. I teach that. I've been in the class. I know. I'm specialized to teach it. I know this for a fact. I know these things. He's in the protective class. You cannot discriminate against him on the job. But also, too, you have to let them know the risk of said job before you go out there. You too. Look, you can go out there. I'm not saying don't, but at the end of the day, know what you are signing up for.
Dude, I don't know, man. 4 years, you forgot what these guys feel like when they hit you? I mean, come on. Phillip.
You're going to find out. He's going to find out. Oh, yeah.
Quickly.
Oh, yeah. So, shout out. Yes. But Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord.
I guess as long as he can still hand the ball off, because look, you got Taylor,
yeah.
So you're going to hand the ball off a lot. You got a really good tight end, so you got a little bit of a safety valve. But this is, I can remember back in the day when like Jeff George was around.
Yes.
Mark Rippon was around. Jim Harbaugh. You had some of those older guys in their late 30s,
right?
That you can call on. To me, this is Tom Brady's fault. This is totally Tom Brady's fault. Tom Brady winning a chip in his 40s, playing as late as he did, got all these guys thinking they can go out there. I'm surprised they didn't call Peyton Manning.
Yes.
I mean, you put a neck brace on him. I'm thinking you can get the ball down the field. Or at least Eli, he's a little younger than him. I don't know, but man, this was everybody thought it was fake. Like when this news first broke, this was one of those fake news. AI done made up a post. The Colts are looking for somebody. They're going out there. They're digging up Johnny Unitas as we speak, trying to get him. Johnny, can you come back for a couple of games? So to go out there and get Phillip Rivers, they signed him to the practice squad. I have a feeling he's going to be called up to the team, but man, this is going to be This is either going to be one of the coolest things we've ever seen from a quarterback, because if he can go out there and just manage the game, not get killed, and win a game, wow. Wow. But this can also be one of the most terrifying things we've ever seen. Because now
Yes.
you've got a guy that hasn't played in 3.5, almost 4
Yes.
years, at 44 years old, getting hit by, some of these Macker linebackers. You forget what it feels like to get hit. And man, that first hit comes. Whew, I don't know how fast he's going to get up. So, man, that Colts offensive line, they better put like 8 in the box right there. Like put 8 guys on the line and block. So, but this is crazy. I haven't really ever seen anything like this before. I blame Tom Brady. Crazy. Last thing I want to talk about real quick, and I want you to go off because I want to go off, but I'm going to give you the floor. Will the running back one position ever get the respect it deserves, and why in the world has CMC not been talked about for the MVP? Because again, and this is where I even look at college now as doing it. We have 4 Heisman finalists, and we have 0 running backs. They're all quarterbacks. So here we are again. Just make it a quarterback award and just say it's a quarterback award. Same thing with the NFL MVP. Just say it's the quarterback MVP and just put quarterbacks in it. But why are they not talking about the insane season and what he has done for that 49ers team? Why CMC is not in the mix?
The reason why CMC is not in the mix is because of the quarterback position of the San Francisco 49ers. Brock Purdy has had his ups and downs with injuries. Same with Mac Jones. The only consistent thing on this offense with San Francisco has been Christian McCaffrey. But the thing about it is that he's not moving the needle. It's not getting the looks. It's not getting the eyeballs. It's not the sexy thing of the NFL. As a 49ers fan, I'm all for it. I like it. It's going well. It's great, but it's just not moving the needle. It's boring, and that's why. What's moving the needle is the fact that the Kansas City Chiefs might not go to the playoffs this year. When you dig through everything, when you dig through all of this, you see it's like Jacksonville. No one's talking about Jacksonville as well either, is because it's not moving the needle. San Francisco may be one of those teams that has won and had consistent wins in the 80s and the 90s. Has got championships, has been to the Super Bowl over the couple of years. It's just not moving the needle is what it is doing. And Kansas City not making the playoffs. Josh Allen being who he is right now, even having Aaron Rodgers in the news a little more has been more enticing than the San Francisco 49ers. As football guys, you and me and many others that are football guys, we are all over this because of the reasoning behind what is going on with Christian McCaffrey. But as a casual football fan, it's absolutely nothing. And it's become casual. The sports period have become casual now because more casual fans are picking up football. That's what happens when you expand.
Right.
You pick up fans that are not like us, that are not your everyday football fan that's been watching ever since he was 5 with his dad, who has been watching with his uncles, who watches the game on Thanksgiving, who watches the Super Bowl for the game of football instead of the halftime show. Shout out to Bad Bunny. I'm looking forward to that. But that's what happens when you get casual fans, and that's the fault of expansion. You're going to get fans like this who are not going to be enticed with the season that Christian McCaffrey is having, the season that the Jacksonville Jaguars are having, because of the parody and because of the pop culture of the NFL. It's a gift and a curse. There are still fans like us, and there are going to be fans like us for a while. The
MVP voting, though, is not done by the casual fan. I know,
sure?
they're not sexy, but a lot of that MVP voting, the sports writers, kind of get in there too. I don't understand, even casual fans, how you cannot recognize what he's doing. And I've talked about this. I talked about this on Three from Deep about stopping, ignoring the noise,
Yes.
ignore the clickbait, and
Yes.
watch history as it's unfolding in front of you. Don't ignore it and wait to see it on your phone or on Instagram or Facebook or X or whatever. Stop, put your phone down and witness what you're seeing. It's like watching, when we were back in the day, when we watched Michael Jordan, when we watched Jerry Rice, when we watched Barry Sanders, we didn't have the noise. You watched greatness in front of you
Yes.
real time. And I think that hurts right now because not a lot of this, you don't see what he's doing in the clickbait world, which is unfortunate because he has the 49ers playing into the playoffs.
They're
They
nine
have
and
they're in the
three.
mix. That's
They're 9-3
crazy. With
with
no
a
quarterback, with no wide receiver,
nothing.
with injuries all over the place. I mean, Shanahan should be up for Coach of the Year because he's done more with less. And
Yes.
CMC literally is putting that whole team on his back, and no one is saying a damn thing about it. It
Nothing.
is bananas.
And it's sad. I mean, he's doing like Roger Craig. Looking at that as well too with the Hall of Fame. Roger Craig getting snubbed yet again just because
Right.
he's not like the running back. He's not like him and Smith, Barry Sanders, those guys right there.
Right.
But he played in Super Bowls and he was an integral part of the offense, and that was an innovative offense that he was a part of. But yet still, it's just looking at him. He's a pass catching running back. CMC does a little bit of everything. He did it in Carolina. He's doing it in San
Everything.
Francisco right now. When you have multifaceted players like that, in a cutting edge new age football,
Right.
you see this now because what's going on in the 80s with Bill Walsh's offense is kind of going in fruition right now with
Right.
pass catching running backs. As we're doing this, it's still there. Like that formula still works, and it's working well for players like Christian McCaffrey. But yet, still, once again, that football is not the football that they're looking for.
It's crazy. And guys, put your phone down.
Yes,
Be aware. See what CMC is doing right now. He needs to be in the MVP conversation, dude. I mean, come on. Let's stop giving it to quarterbacks just because they're quarterbacks. We know we have some great quarterbacks in this league, but there's some damn good running backs out there that are extremely important to their squad, especially after last year. We thought Christian McCaffrey wouldn't even be able to walk again, let alone play football. And he's playing out of his mind.
yes,
Has his team on the cusp of going to the playoffs because of him. Not Brock Purdy, not Kittle, no good wide receivers on that team. Him.
yes.
Crazy. So shout out 49ers. I got to show you some 49er love here. So let's take a quick timeout here. We're getting close to the holidays. I got my dinosaur holiday PJs on today, so I was feeling a little festive here. And we always like to talk about some different things on the show here. We like to get into a little pop culture. We like to get into we like to dab around a little bit, but man, I love this time of year, not just because of the holiday season, it gets me kind of excited about it, but man, I love to eat. And this time of year is the time of year where you kind of you let the belt out a little bit, you put on your favorite sweatpants, and you just, from Thanksgiving till Jan 1, you just go, well, I'll work it off Jan 2. So, Mr. Smitty, what is some of your favorite foods that has you excited for the holiday season? Like something you only see like this time of year. What is Smitty dining on or excited to dine on this holiday season?
I'm very excited to be having some deep fried turkey or deep fried chicken. So definitely looking forward to that deep fried turkey on Thanksgiving on my own for the first time this year, and got that going on. Got to have some baked mac, some collard greens, and some black eyed peas, of course, for your New Year's as well too. But I have that a little bit around Christmas as well too, and some nice sweet potato casserole. Shout out to my sister she handled her biz with the sweet potato casserole this year. So I got to give credit to her. So that's what I'm looking forward to this year. And of course, with a little bit of cranberry sauce on the side. So, of course, that's what I'm looking forward to right here for Christmas, Thanksgiving. I got a little bit of a precursor for that. But Christmas, oh, we close. We close to Christmas. We got what, about 2.5 weeks? About two and a half
Yeah,
weeks. Like,
we close.
we're close to Christmas. Saint Nick gonna
Yeah,
be coming. Saint
yep.
Nick. Hey, yeah.
15, we got 15 days, so it's
Looking
getting real
forward to it.
close here.
Yeah.
I, I I love this time of year. One of the things I look forward to this time of year, especially, I do like my sweets. Um, and Mama Calenzo, shout out Mama Calenzo, makes some of the best Italian cookies on the planet. So I always get excited for the little package that comes in the mail that's got my mom does these like chocolate with this coating on top of it, like a sugar coating with some chips inside of it, little sprinkles. She does the bow tie. We call with the bow tie and the powdered sugar. She does pizzelles. I don't know if you ever had a pizzelle before. She does all these phenomenal Italian cookies that I just love to. My waistline doesn't like it, but man, I love it. And I only do it this time of year. I try to stay away from sweets just because I like to indulge this time of year. And of course, being a New York Italian, I love to cook. I do love some turkey. I do love some ham, but I love a good pasta dish. I make a mean sauce. I do my own sauce. I like to do baked ziti. For holidays, we have the ham, we have the turkey, but you got to have a pasta dish in there. You got to throw the extra carbs on top of the carbs you're already having. So we make some lasagna up in here. We do the fried meatballs. You ever had some nice fried meatballs, nice and crispy? I love it. You can just eat those like candy. So I like doing a lot of the different Italian dishes. But I love this time of year because you get together with family, you get together with friends, you get to share the love and feel that joy. It's just a shame we don't feel this all the year. We only kind of stick it in like 2.5, 3 weeks. We show love and then we go back to being miserable human beings sometimes the rest of the year. But guys,
Mhm.
get out there, show some love. It's the holiday season. If you can, donate your time, donate something to Toys for Tots charity. If you have a neighbor that you don't talk to that much, bake them some cookies, bring it next door, man. Show some love. I do believe karma, good things though come to those who give. So the holiday season here, I love to eat, but remember there are some people out there that aren't as fortunate as a lot of us. So, man, share that love out there. But I am excited too, man. I can't wait to continue to get the sweets. Everybody at work, gets the bacon and everything. So, when you show up to work every day, you get somebody bringing in something different. So, I do love this time of year, and the food definitely goes hand in hand with the holiday season. So I know both my hands are going to be full this year, and
Same.
I'm blessed, and um, I thank everybody that's involved. I thank my family. So I am blessed to have what I have and to be able to enjoy it. So guys, drop me a line. I want to know, what is your favorite holiday dish? What do you guys do special this time of year? Roasted chestnuts on an open fire. I mean, come on. What do you got that you get excited for the holiday season? So hit us up, drop us a line at the bottom here. I'd like to hear what your favorite holiday food is. So, but let's jump back into the mix here because we still have some guys that we're not trusting right now. So let's get into our wide receivers. We got a trust fall with our wide receivers. So let's start it off. Jaxon, Smith, and Jigba. Uh, ridiculous year. Is over 1,400 receiving yards already. The number one wide receiver in fantasy football. Are you trusting him? I mean, it's another dumb question probably, but do you trust him moving forward?
He's at my half cousins. He's a Smith half cousin. Yes, of course I trust him. But all in all, even though he's playing for Seattle and I hate him, you can't knock the
Right.
year that he is having. So trust him. Trust him with everything you got. Put it on their house money, whatever you got. Trust that young man, JSN.
Yep. And I got another one here, another stupid question because I'm sorry I got a bunch of them today. But are you trusting Puka Nakua moving forward here?
Another one I can't stand. I hate him, but you got to trust him because Pook
Yeah.
is nice. That dude is too good right now.
Ridiculous. He
If you
is
don't trust
ridiculous.
him, I hate it for you. So yes, Pook, trust that dude.
Yep. Wholeheartedly. This guy, he started off with something, really blossomed when CD Lamb went down, but then has kind of fallen off the rails a little bit here. George Pickens, do you trust him moving forward?
As your number one receiver, no. Maybe your flex, and that's pushing it. But as far as your number one over a JSN, a Puka Nakua, absolutely not.
Right. I don't blame you there. Um, had the injury on Thanksgiving Day, bounced back a little bit from that. I don't think he still doesn't look 100% out there, but you have Amon-Ra St. Brown, the Sun God. Where are you at trusting him moving forward?
I still say trust him until you can't. He's been reliable this year. I don't see why not. Keep on trusting him until he gives you reason not to.
Gotcha. I love this dude, but this offense has been very disappointing, especially not having Joey B for most of the year. But Jamar Chase, Bengals playoff hopes have been dashed. So I don't know if we're going to be able to see a lot of Mr. Chase moving forward. But are you trusting Jamar Chase right now in that Bengals offense for the rest of the year?
With Joe coming back, I see why you play him, but as of right now, I would not be surprised if they shut him down for the year or if they
Right.
deactivate him for the year to keep him going because they're paying a hefty sum.
Right.
As of right now, do not trust him.
Don't blame you. This guy has had a resurgence and is looking mighty sharp there in LA. But Devontae Adams and that high-powered LA offense, do you trust him moving forward?
I've been trusting him all year. I have. He's been a very consistent receiver on my team, getting into that number two spot really, really well, right along Puka Nakua. He doesn't have to do it on his own. He's not the number one, so he can do a little bit of what he wants to at the number two spot. Trust
Right.
Devontae Swing. That man's doing it. Get him.
Yeah. Gotcha. And then we have a New Orleans Saint on there, which is tough to trust just because of Tyler there. Although he did come out with a big victory this weekend. Shout out Aaron Schneider. I know that hurt your body, but it helped your Panthers. But Chris Olave, do you trust him with that offense moving forward the rest of the year?
No, because, and it's not any fault of him. I mean, he's had, he started the year with Spencer Rattler.
Right.
Now he's going in with Tyler Shugg, the young guy who got picked over Shador Sanders, which was very surprising.
Right.
And why they sat Shador Sanders in that game really frustrates the crap out of me with that, but I'm going to leave that alone. But Chris Olave, don't trust him because of the way the offense is flowing. Neal has been running the football pretty well after, Alvin Kamara has been injured. They're starting to put the young guys in and cycling in these young guys a lot more. I wouldn't be surprised if Chris Olave affected him on his touches, him getting the football thrown towards him. So I say don't trust him because of the way the offense is running.
Don't blame you there. You got to go with my man Nico. Texans playing a lot better. That Texans defense looking really, really good. But Nico Collins is still a monster there. Are you trusting him and that offense moving forward?
As of right now, yeah. Going into these playoffs, yes. I mean, he's been hurt, nagging with injuries. That Houston Texans offense has been stagnant in the beginning of the season, but it's starting to catch on to its own. That defense is still there. Nico Collins right now, I say yeah.
I like it. Um, we got them Colts right now. Michael Pittman Jr. up there with points, but man, with the quarterback position being suspect right now in Indianapolis here, where do you stand on Mr. Pittman Jr.?
I don't trust him because the quarterback position. I mean, 44-year-old Philip Rivers could play. I'm very scared for that fact. I'm also scared for Michael Pittman Jr.'s numbers. Him, their wonderful young tight end, Alec, all those receivers out there. They're gonna have to pound the football. They're
Right.
gonna have to run it. So Jonathan Taylor's probably gonna get more touches. But as far as Pittman Jr., I don't trust it.
Don't blame you. And last but not least, rounding out the top 10, I think he gets my MVD. He's my most valuable diva in the NFL right now, Mr. AJ Brown. Of course, he has voiced his concerns there in Philly, and that team is rolling down the hill the wrong way. So, where do you stand on trusting AJ Brown?
I don't. Um, the offense too inconsistent, not getting the ball where it needs to be. Too many guys wanting the ball. So, and unfortunately, AJ Brown is the odd man out. So don't trust him.
Don't blame you. Yeah, same thing. Smith-njigba, yes. Puka Nakua, yes. Pickens, no. I don't trust that Cowboys offense. I'm on Ross St. Brown. You got to trust him. I hope he gets healthy, man, because he is amazing. He is number one. Jamar Chase, no, I don't trust him. That Bengals offensive line just is so disappointing, and that defense is even worse. Devontae Adams, yes, I trust him. He has really just shown us what kind of wide receiver he really is. He's had a phenomenal year. Chris Olave, I don't think he's a Saint by next year. I think next year he gets traded. The Saints, they need to do a total rebuild. So Kamara, Olave, I think a lot of those guys are going to be gone next year. Nico Collins, yes, because that Texans team needs him to catch the football. So he is a superstar. Pittman Jr., no, don't trust him at all. Yeah, that Colts offense is suspect right now, and they are going the wrong way too. And AJ Brown, some guys just don't talk and go out there and play football. Look, as a top wide receiver, getting paid what you're getting paid, we know you want the ball. You know, get him the ball, but right now your whole team is not playing good. So if your
Yeah.
whole team is not playing good and you're chirping, that
No.
doesn't help. So no, I do not trust AJ Brown moving forward, guys. Take him out of your lineup because I think he's going to hurt you and it's going to be frustrating more than helping you. And last but not least, we're going to jump into our tight end trust issues because the tight end position this year has been, oh man, it has been all over the map and it has not been consistent. And it's really, really weird. So our top tens, you got Trey McBride. Where do you stand on Mr. McBride? I know he's a Cardinal. I know you don't like them Cardinals too much, but where do you stand on Mr. McBride moving forward?
I trust him. I just don't trust his quarterback play. I mean, what's not to trust about Trey McBride with his carousel of quarterbacks this year? Trust him.
Trust him. Um, been very disappointed, even though he's got points. I don't know how. He's second in tight end points. I don't know where it came from, but Jake Ferguson, those Dallas Cowboys, where do you stand on him?
The reasoning for his great stats is because of his first half of the season and with CeeDee Lamb being hurt. Now, with
Right,
CeeDee Lamb back in, George Pickens having kind of a resurgence at that time, he's been the second guy until CeeDee Lamb came back. And
right,
since he's came back, Jay Ferguson's kind of reverted back. No disrespect to the talent because he's very talented tight end. It's
right,
just sometimes you got guys around you that are going to be demanding the ball a lot more, and CD's making the money, so they got
right.
to do it. So Jake Ferguson, I'm going to say now trust him because this injury with CD Lamb might be a little something to think about. So right
Right.
now, I say trust Jake Ferguson because I think he may be back.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Now, man, bum game over this weekend. Chiefs reeling, may not make the playoffs. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But Travis Kelsey, aka Mr. Swift, do you trust? I'm not going to sing because I'm not going to do any kind of shake it off, or I'm not going to touch on that here because we're going to talk about football. But do you trust Mr. Travis Kelsey here moving forward?
I think that ship is sailed. I think that the Chiefs need a little more on that offense besides their top-rated tight end to right this ship. I don't trust him.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Man, Tyler Warren, phenomenal year. Indianapolis Colts. He's really become a integral part of that Colts offense, and they're going to need him because whoever they play at quarterback is going to need a safety valve and some short passes. So Tyler Warren, what are your thoughts on him?
I trust him. I just don't trust his quarterback play as of right now. Once again, same old how I feel about Trey McBride.
Right.
Tyler Warren has got a tremendous upside, but his upside is probably going to end at the tail end of this year.
Right.
As of right now, I'm saying don't trust him
Ooh.
because of the quarterback position.
Ooh.
I'm afraid of who's going to be getting him the ball. I don't know if it's going to affect his points. I think that the running game is going to be what's going to keep them afloat if it does.
Right.
So don't trust him, but that does not mean do not draft him next year. That does not mean don't look for him anymore.
Right.
Just don't trust him into the playoffs.
Right. And it'll be interesting what the Colts do going into next year because,
Yes.
you got another year plus with Danny Dimes trying to recover for that. So draft, free agency, that's going to be interesting to see what the Colts do moving forward. Brock Bowers, that guy is ridiculous, even on a bad Raiders team. I know a stupid question, but do you trust Brock Bowers?
I do. But get that man another daggum quarterback.
Ooh.
My cousin ain't doing it for him right there. Gino ain't doing it for him. My cousin,
No.
he just ain't doing it, man.
Fell off.
It's a wrap. Get that man a new quarterback. I don't know if Pete Carroll's gonna be back next year. I don't know.
No.
But Brock Bowers, I trust him. It's once again same with Tyler Warren, same with Trey McBride. I trust their ability and I trust what they do at the tight end position. But as of right now, into the playoffs, and you're trying to win, I would say trust Brock Bowers still because even though Geno Smith is doing what he's doing and all that at the quarterback position,
right,
I still think he has a better upside than Jacoby Brissett and whoever the world is going to be playing quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts.
Right. I don't blame that at all. Another rookie that has really stood out, made a name for himself right now. I think they may have something cooking in Cleveland. I know it was a good game this weekend. I know they lost some weird play at the end there with the 2-point. I don't know why you would do that. I have no idea. Don't even have the quarterback in there trying some fancy razzle dazzle stuff with a rookie running back. I don't know. Sometimes these coaches, I don't know. They have too many late nights trying to draw up plays and stuff to be drooling on their playbooks, and then all of a sudden they come up with these weird things. But Harold Fanning, really making a name for himself here, putting up some points here. Do you trust him kind of getting you some points here moving forward?
Oh, I think so. I'm a huge Harold Fanning fan. I like him. I think he's a very, very good tight end, very athletic, very strong, solid hands, good position at the tight end position, boxes out like a basketball player. I like him. Very physical too, and he's got a young quarterback that might be, don't knock Shedeur Sanders and what he's doing right now. Don't knock it.
Yep.
I mean, what else has worked for the quarterback position in Cleveland in the past few years besides Baker Mayfield? Come on, man. Harold Fanning, I like him. Keep him. Trust him.
I got you. Part of that dumpster fire there is Mr. Dallas Goedert. Again, just very spotty, inconsistent this year. Still a good tight end, but really not getting the football. But can you trust him at all?
No. This offense right now, it's hard to say. And I like Goddard a lot. I really do. But going into this playoffs right now, I would probably say stay clear of any Philadelphia Eagles offensive player right now. Steer clear.
Hear that? Um, I know he was one of your favorites here, but man, they're doing some special things there in New England. There must be in the chowder. Hunter Henry, where you stand on him moving forward?
Oh, definitely trust Hunter Henry. He's done dividends for me. He's got a very good young quarterback in Drake May. There, he's got some downfield threats at the off on the in the receiver spot, so that's going to leave him open. Somebody's going to get left open when you're having to worry about Stephon Diggs.
Right.
Have to worry about my young man Booty. You have to worry about those guys, and then maybe a running attack for the New England Patriots. Lack thereof.
Right.
But Hunter Henry's going to get left open. He's going to be one of those guys right there who'll torch you too. So Hunter Henry, I trust him.
Nice. Another Saint we got to throw in there. Very spotty, inconsistent, Mr. Juwan Johnson, tight end for the New Orleans Saints. What are your thoughts?
And the way their offense is structured is why I don't trust it. Young man can play. He's been a fortunate son considering the fact that the New Orleans Saints have not been so good. But there's going to be bright spots even on bad teams. He's one of them, but yet and still the way the offense is running with no Kamara, Chris Olave probably not going to be back next year. I say, don't trust him right now. The Saints are too green and too young and too inexperienced.
Right. And rounding out the top 10, Mr. Kyle Pitts. Most fantasy owners who draft him just wait for him to be something, and they just always leave the room with disappointment. But thoughts on Kyle Pitts moving forward?
Absolutely not. Atlanta's offense, yet and still, they don't know what they're doing with Bijan Robinson. Kirk Cousins is not the guy. Penix Jr. is hurt. The offense regressed after the second half of the season. And Kyle Pitts is one of those guys that, he's really, really good or he's really, really bad.
Right.
When he's good, it's great. When he's bad, it's not good at all. So Kyle Pitts, don't trust him. No.
Yeah, don't blame you. So, yeah, Trey McBride, definitely trust him because he's basically the Cardinals offense, especially without Marvin Harrison Jr. there, without James Conner. It's basically him and a whole lot of nobody. So Jacoby Brissett has actually been playing very, very well for that team. So he'll get him the ball. But I definitely do trust him. Don't trust Jake Ferguson. I'm sorry. That Cowboys offense, I can't trust him right now. Ferguson the last 3 to 4 games has been atrocious. And I see that Cowboys team on the verge of imploding. If it wasn't for the Eagles making the most imploding noise in the NFC East, then I think the Cowboys are a close second right now here. Kelsey, done. I think he retires at the end of the year. Excuse me. I think he's done. I cannot trust him. Tyler Warren, I trust because no matter who they put in there at the quarterback position, they're going to need to get the ball to somebody, and it probably is the most consistent guy that they got. Brock Bowers, all world. He's again, he can catch something in a phone booth. I mean, he's ridiculous. Geno Smith having a horrendous year, and Geno can still get him the ball. So Brock Bowers, yes, I trust him. Harold Fanning, yes, I trust him. I think there is a little spark going on in Cleveland, and what I want to see from Cleveland, make some moves this offseason, go out. I think you need some more help in the wide receiver position. I like Judy, but I think you need something a little bit better. But Shedeur Sanders, you have an opportunity in Cleveland to become a mega star because that fan base, if you perform and you produce and you be the guy that they need to win football games, they will love you like nobody else in any other city. I've been to Cleveland. Cleveland fans, they are ridiculously loyal and they love their team. Good, bad, indifferent. But this is the off season. There was a knock on you about your work ethic. You were just disrespected during the draft. You were disrespected in the beginning of this season when you were put third string behind. Shoot, I think Couch was
Gabriel.
still on the team too, and they put you behind Couch. That's how that's how disrespectful they were for you. So this is the chance you have right now. Don't be on the internet. Don't go out there, just making a fool in the off season. Get in there, study, work out, start training with some of your guys. You have a chance to do something very special in Cleveland and shut everybody up who ever doubted you. But don't give them fuel for the fire, because if you go out there and you get pulled over doing 100 and whatever 20 miles an hour, they catch you on the internet doing something stupid, you are going to get blasted and you are going to ruin any chance you have of being a starting quarterback in the NFL. You have the chance because you look good. You threw for over 300 yards. You should have won that game this past weekend.
Yes.
You look great. You have a chance in Cleveland to become beloved by a fan base that is dying to love somebody. Go out there and do it. And I think Fanning has a chance to be one of your top guys because he is a pretty good talent to have on your team. And when you have a good tight end that you can trust and catch the ball, that's a great safety valve. So, Sanders, I challenge you, go out there, be the man and the quarterback and the leader we know you can be. Let's just do it, man. Goddard, I don't trust him. Those Eagles are done. They look terrible. They're going to be an easy out in the playoffs. Hunter Henry, I trust you wholeheartedly. Drake May, MVP conversation. Love it. Juwan Johnson, I don't trust you. I can't trust anybody on the Saints. You are wildly inconsistent. I'm sorry. And Kyle Pitts, no. I think the Kyle Pitts experiment is finally over. Guys, fantasy football wise, can we please just enough with Kyle Pitts and hoping that he's going to be somebody he's not. And again, I still think Kirk Cousins hates Kyle Pitts because he just never performs with Kirk Cousins. So it's out. So those are my guys that I think have trust issues. Now, just real quick, we got a couple other things I want to touch on. All right. This is another one that one that makes my head explode. The CMC thing, I let you explode, so I'm going to explode a little bit. Jaxon Smith-Njigba, wide receiver for the Seattle Seahawks, is going to do something this year that probably we have never seen. He's going to break, knock on wood, barring anything crazy, he's going to break some wide receiver records. He's having an all-world season. He is making Sam Darnold look phenomenal. We didn't think he was going to be a number one when DK Metcalf left. There are like so many questions around this kid, and he has just exploded. He's got over 1,400 plus receiving yards already. Why is he not in the MVP conversation? And we looked this up before the show here because I kind of didn't believe it. There has never been a wide receiver MVP in the National Football League. With Jerry Rice, with Randy Moss, with Puka Nacua, with all these Hall of Fame, Michael Irvin, go all the way back with some of these amazing wide receivers that this league has had. Megatron. I mean, just keep going back. We have never had an MVP wide receiver, which to me is insane. Should Jaxon Smith-Njigba be considered an MVP?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Setting receiver records, could break receiver records. Justin Jefferson didn't have this many yards last year
Nope.
when Sam Darnold was in Minnesota.
Nope.
So he goes to another team, and this guy was not a number one.
Nope.
Come on, man. In the discussion, it should be him and CMC in the running.
In the mix.
Once again, quarterback award. Y'all, the last non-quarterback to win the MVP was 2012. Was 2012 AP.
Yep.
Come on, y'all.
That's ridiculous.
End it.
13 years. And 13 years, that's all we've had as great quarterbacks? No. This is where the league just and they justify, well, he could get offensive player of the year.
So
he
what?
can get most improved player of the year. He can get the participation trophy. No. Right now, because of what he's doing on the field, he has the Seattle Seahawks in the playoff mix and is about to break records. He has a chance to drop 2,000 receiving yards, which no wide receiver has ever done in the National Football League. To me, that is ridiculous.
Yes.
You should have 4 guys right now. Drake May, Matthew Stafford, CMC, Jaxon Smith-Njigba. That should be your 4 finalists, your Heisman finalists, and you should be touting that, because this way you get people to start watching those games. And I think that's why the Heisman does so well, is because they politic their guys. So in the beginning of the season, they start right off the gate. Who's going to be the Heisman? Hey, go watch this guy. He's going to be the Heisman. So they politic you to go watch these guys play. Mm-hmm. The NFL doesn't do that. The NFL just markets their people, and there's just no big deal. Oh, he's having a good season, and they just let's make sure we market everybody. No, guys, you should start touting these guys once you see the great seasons they're having.
Mm-hmm.
You need to start like, guys, let's talk about this. Let's get them in the news. Let's get them on the game of the week. Let's really start talking about them. Let's throw our MVP considerations out there a little bit early so people can start watching this, because again, we don't watch greatness. We do this and we don't pay attention. We wait for greatness to jump on our phone. Stop what you're doing. Go watch a Seattle Seahawks game. Stop what you're doing. Go watch the San Francisco 49ers game. Watch what these guys are doing for their teams and how they are an integral part of winning. And that's what a MVP is, most valuable player. That's the best guy on your team. That's getting you to the promised land. Mm-hmm. And right now, JSN, excuse me, needs to get props, dude.
Yes.
I mean, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I had to get that on. Man, well, it just drive me nuts there.
Understood.
Is Travis Kelce done? And is the Chiefs dynasty over?
Oh, yeah, he's done at the end of the year. Hey, let him go into his life. Let him go into the married life, go into the second part of his career. Right. He's earned it. He's earned it.
Yeah, wholeheartedly.
So why not? I'm all for it. If he wants to come back and play again, which I don't know why he would, I think the more it looks at it, I think it's a wrap. This Kansas City dynasty now, honestly, I think they got bored. I really think they did. I think they got bored.
You think it's a board thing?
Yeah, I think they got bored. Either that or it's just, hey, we've done enough. I think they've caught up to us. All right. And there's no shame in that.
Right.
So, hey, take what works, what doesn't work, get rid of what you need to get rid of, and build it back. I think they can do it. If there's a team that can do it, Kansas City can. I don't think they're just going to just roll over and just end it like that. Kansas City is still tough as long as Patrick Mahomes is upright and walking. So, you know what? Keep on building, keep on going for it. Take this year as a lesson. But as far as ending the dynasty, I think so. Hey, it was a good run. All things come to an end.
It was a great run, but can we look? I know Patrick Mahomes is great, but can we stop with this whole he's the greatest quarterback, he's better than Brady, he's better than Montana? Can we please stop with that stuff? You guys just talking that mess again. We are too wrapped up into the now instead of looking at the big picture. Look, I'm not taking away from Patrick Mahomes' greatness. I think he is a heck of a quarterback. He's got rings. Let's see what the rest of his career he does to produce. This is an off year, but I mean, look, Tom Brady had off years.
Yes.
Peyton Manning had off years.
Yes.
So I mean, there's a Joe Montana had off years. So I mean, let these guys. They're not going to be great every year, but let's dial back the putting Patrick Mahomes in the top 5. If you want to put him top 10 all time,
sure.
I can argue with that with the rings and some of the stuff he's doing, but top 5 all time, no, he has not. He has not cracked the pantheon of greatness to me yet. He's won.
Close, but
he's getting there. He has an opportunity, but let's stop crowning these guys before they actually do something. Great player, and I know I'm going to probably get knocked for it. Great player, but can we stop? He's not Tom Brady. He's not.
Nope.
He's not John Elway. He's not Joe Montana. He's not Terry Bradshaw.
Nope.
These guys had careers and have won in this league and have earned the right to still be there. I just can't move any of those guys out of the way to put Patrick Mahomes in there yet. He has a chance. If he can bounce back and show us a little bit more in the rest of his career, sure, maybe we'll have that discussion after. But stop telling me he's the greatest, of all time kind of deal. That's just cut it out with that mess. You guys are just ridiculous now. Please. And Travis, yes, vaya con Dios, my Travis. Just you got a lot going on. You got yourself the pop princess, man. You are going to live like a king. Go be a actor. Stop getting hit. Stop getting beat up. Stop getting crushed against the across the middle there. Go do your second act. You're a champion. You're going to be in the Hall of Fame. Just bow out now. You don't want to be that guy that should have left 2 years ago that just is just hanging around. Because I know how hard it is. You play football your whole life. You guys have been playing this game since you were wee little lads. So to take the football out of your hands, it's tough. Look, I get it. That's why guys cry when they retire. I get it. There's a lot of emotion in it, but I think it's time, man. That the Chiefs need to rebuild.
Yep.
Completely. Their running back situation stinks. Yep. I still think they need some work at the wide receiver position.
Yes, they do.
They need to work on the tight end position again. Yes, they got to get Patrick Mahomes a little bit better offensive line. They got a lot of things they need to do. So they need to save some money paying you. They need to get somebody else. So that's just what I think. And who knows? But real quick, Smitty. Josh Allen, number 1 quarterback. Christian McCaffrey, number 1 wide receiver. Jaxon Smith-Njigba, number 1 wide receiver. Trey McBride, number 1 tight end. Out of those 4 guys, who is your fantasy football MVP as of right now?
It's got to be Jaxon Smith-Njigba. It's got to be him.
Wow.
It's got to be Jackson.
Over your boy? Really?
And I love CMC.
Woo.
I really do. I love CMC. But God Almighty,
Ooh.
what a year at the receiver position Jaxon Smith-Njigba has happened. I mean, the running back position is always going to be integral in fantasy football. It always is going to be. Even though the NFL doesn't believe it and doesn't want to give it the MVP,
right? It
is going to be like that in fantasy football. But daggum, having a receiver put up this much yardage and this many points this year out of nowhere. On top of that, too, it's the out of nowhere factor. We're used to CMC doing this.
Right.
Josh Allen doing this.
Right.
Trey McBride, maybe not at the tight end position. But at the receiver position, insane. So Jaxon Smith-Njigba, he gets my vote.
Wow. I'm going to be that guy. Josh Allen. Right now, quarterback-wise, what Josh Allen is doing, the consecutive running a touchdown streak that he's got, the points he puts up every week, he is the offense of the Buffalo Bills. There's no doubt about it. Out of every team in the league right now, look, I know CMC was a close second, man. CMC is the reason why the 49ers are relevant in the NFL right now.
Of course.
But Josh Allen is the most important player to his team as of right now. Because there is, James Cook is good, but he ain't that dude.
No.
Their wide receiver core is, it's literally trash.
Right.
He's got some Buffalo Wild Wings guys playing wide receiver right now. He's got B-dub guys at the wide receiver position. Tight end position, they've been hurt. Offensive line is just okay. Defense has just been okay. Josh Allen is the reason why the Buffalo Bills can still circle the wagons. So that's what we got here this week, guys. Go out there and win your fantasy football playoffs. Smitty, I'm cheering for you, man. Get that win. I know it's tough, but guys, set your lineup. Pay attention to the weather. We got weather reports this weekend. We got snow is going to be around. We got cold weather going around. So this is the time where you really have to pay attention and play your best lineup. So, Smitty, tell the guys where they can find you and tell everybody goodbye.
Got one more episode coming up for you on Thursday with the Cat Cave. Gonna be talking about the Panthers football. Big time coming off the bye week.
Ooh.
And going into the last few bits of conference.
Right.
So Seattle is the next game for the Carolina Panthers, and then they're going in and playing Tampa Bay, New Orleans, and then Tampa Bay to end it off. So we're going to be talking about that. Quick Hits should be making a return on Friday. If not, you'll probably see a little bit of social media chatter from me talking about everything F1, talking about a little bit of playoff football as well, too, for the college football ranks. So you may see a little bit of that on social media, but I may come with a full episode either Friday or the next Friday coming. But until then, I'm Shannon Smith, and this is Quick Hits.
I love it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here on the show, man. Fantastic. And guys, again, thank you very much to all the fans out there, everybody that has subscribed, got us to that 600. I love it. Thank you guys very much. But the fight is not over, man. I want to get us to a G. Let's go. That's our next goal here. So bring it. Thank you guys very much for joining me here in Sideline Savants. You can also catch me on 3 from Deep. My NBA podcast, too, because the NBA season is heating up also. So we will check you guys later. I appreciate you being here with us, and we will talk later. Peace.